talking about, boy?
That's right. Don't spend too much time working. There's whiskey to be drunk. There's parties to be had. There's life to be living. That's right. I've been doing here drinking whiskey. Yeah. Damn never. 3 bottles.
Suddenly we're talking like Americans again. Why we do that?
Yeah, because Donald has not given up yet. That's why. When Donald gives up, then we will stop talking like Americans. I mean, country Americans we talking like.
That's right.
Yeah. Folk out in the sticks.
Way down south.
That's right. Y'all come on down now.
I think the reason we talk American is because we grew up watching American television as kids.
Oh no, we grew up watching English television.
We did as well, but we watched Dukes of Hazzard.
We did.
You got your ears on there, Cletus?
That's right.
Remember Boss Hogg? Yes, yeah. And then there was Bonanza. I used to love the westerns, but the Dukes of Hazzard was fun because it had cars.
And they crashed them.
They had cars, and they crashed them, and it had a gorgeous woman with her ass hanging out. And for a teenage boy, that was like, and then it had the cops and the good and the bad,
and the incompetent cop, and
the incompetent cop. Nothing's really changed. They're still out there. Anyway, welcome to this video. I just talking to Arp as I come up driveway. I haven't seen you, bro, for a while.
Yeah.
Yep, good to see you, man.
Almost a week, bro.
How's life been?
Good.
Yeah, me too.
Nice trip down south.
Yeah.
Glorious on the roads nowadays. Well, I mean, I don't have anything against tourists, obviously. I've been one many times.
Be careful where you go there, bro.
But the roads are just so different.
They're safe now, yeah.
Well, there's people looking in the mirrors and stuff like that. The trips I've done to Christchurch, including the one I did in the middle of lockdown when we had to take the Germans back to the airport there.
Yep.
And every one I've done since, which is probably about 4 now, I think. Slow people kind of indicate left and pull over, and quick people don't get right up your ass. You just sort of wait past, and truckies kind of put their left indicator on, and it's just like
truckies are cool, man. Truckies are cool. Most truckies I find on the road are bloody brilliant. They do a very long job. They do hours and hours, and they must get impatient. They own this machine that's like slow as fuck, and they're going uphill, and they're most of the time very courteous and thoughtful.
Got to be 65 tons there or something. It's like you can't go around corners like the guy does in his rotary. It's like you got to behave when you're a truck driver because it can all go pear-shaped pretty quick. So, but no, it was glorious trip down there. Always fun to go to the adventure park and to not have to ride up a hill, but to sit down in a chairlift and just get whisked up the hill.
I got to do it sometime.
Yeah, it's fun.
Can you bring us up to scratch? What's going on around here?
So I've got my bottom plate in there, which is what I wanted to do. I've basically turned the existing bottom plate. It had no bearer, so I turned the existing bottom plate and the boundary joist, which is screwed onto the outside.
Yep.
And I put 2 vertically laminated 4x2s on top. I've bracketed it all together. I bugle batt and screwed that to everything else, then this to that, this to the brackets. So I've just connected this up and turned basically the bottom plate into a bearer.
Right, and you also obviously concreted.
Yeah, poured the concrete piles in here with these things in it. So this is now connected properly to the ground, connected down as well as connected up.
Wow.
So, and I chucked the bracket in the corner, batt and screwed that corner stud up, connected us up at the top here as well.
Oh, yep.
Yep, and then when we decide where our window's going to go, I'll do one more on the stud either side of the window.
Awesome.
On the other end. So this is level all the way along here now.
Mate, yeah.
And just before I left last week, I did the floor joists, so they're all connected in level as well.
Yep.
So we're at our sort of starting point, you could say, where we're all level, and this is the plumb line of the wall, so the wall's still out a little bit.
Yep.
But that's where our internal wall line will be.
Yep.
It'll be in a line along here. And I'm now at the process of connecting things like this beam here. I've got a lot of screws in it, but I also have to have a plate so that it can't pull out of this. And it's got 150mm bugle batten screws screwed in from these studs, but I've put this plate, wrapped that around the corner.
Right.
So bang, it's not going anywhere. And then that stud has another one of those big brackets down the bottom.
Yep.
And then that bolt goes right through into the bearer, so he's all connected up.
Cool.
I had to lift this bearer here.
Okay.
This is actually the old house bearer, but they're using it as a joist to support the flooring. So that was out of level, so I lifted that up and bracketed that as well.
Okay.
And then I've come down here, connected these studs down to this bearer and this bearer down to that pile.
Right.
And that pile and bearer are connected together by those plates.
You've done a lot of work.
Sparky's been through.
Yeah, I can see that.
And he's cleaned out all the crap, found out what was alive and what was dead. We've left that cable that we can pull through to the garage if we need to.
Yep.
And he's just cleaned it all out. That's your phone line.
Yep.
Don't know whether
Cool.
you still have a phone.
I'm probably going to get rid of it, bro, to be honest. I don't think we're going to...
You don't use it for the internet, do you? You
Nah,
don't have a
not
router
anymore.
plugged in on it?
No, I think it's over.
I would be surprised if it works, to be honest, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Plumber's coming today. He's going to cap these 2 pipes.
Oh, yep.
We'll have our kitchen discussion. We'll see whether we want to pull them back or not.
Yep.
We'll ask his opinion, but I mean, there isn't too much to ask about. 1966.
1966 and still going. And that's because it's a good copper. They don't make them like that today,
No, the copper thickness is probably half as thick as it is.
Yep.
I mean, most people today go gas.
Well, this is the other thing which I've been talking about is putting a califont in the home.
Yeah, because it's some of them have got 6 stars of efficiency.
Yeah.
When we put one in our place in Cairns, I'd never even seen so many stars on anything.
Have you got?
We've got one at our house here now.
So
too.
I might be looking at that too.
This is a good time to look at it because we've got the water, the hot and cold feeds and everything.
Yep.
We can do what we want. We've got that screw out panel in the floor so we can and set it up. We can mount it on the outside of that wall there and put 2 gas bottles on that concrete slab.
Yep.
And it's all good in that respect.
Well, just talking and thinking out loud now, and I haven't given this a huge amount of thought. In fact, if I'm blatantly honest, I haven't actually thought about it at all until now. I've just sort of thought, well, but I like the idea of you heat your water when you use it because this thing's been sitting heated for months. Yeah. And no one's been living in here, and I'm paying to heat that. That's bad economy. And I leave it. The reason I leave it switched on is because my son uses a shower sometimes, or Dayla. In this case, I've got like my guests here. The girls are having, I've currently got like 5 young women living with me. My daughter and her 4 friends, and my son, and Holly's been staying here as well. And I'm getting my showers here, so we're using that for that. And it's held up bloody well. It really has. When you think of the amount of people, but
when you look at what we're doing. And what we know this is like, then in another 5 years we might have to pull this part of the wall off to pull it out, or put a door here or whatever to do. But now might be probably the logical time to go for a gas califont.
For a califont. And califont goes on the outside of the home because of the safety if you cut in inside the house, obviously. And so
but
it's expensive.
Well, what are they? They're $800. The gas fitter's got to put it in. There's a regulator. There's some cable.
Really, $800?
I think a califont is about $800.
I mean, I bought one for the boat. That was a cheap one for $500, which was a good one, a good 20 litre an hour. A 20 litre a minute.
Or whatever.
Minutes, So food for thought. Well, anyway, what do you guys reckon? Do you think califont's a smarter way to go? By the time you watch this video, we still won't have had a decision, but we will be making one soon. So let me know your thoughts on that. I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Thanks for the update.
No worries.
It can't be too far away for Smoko with her.
It's getting like
I'm eating coffee, man. I've been working since like the last 4 hours and haven't had a drink, so I need to
have a whiskey.
Whiskey. Damn right, boy. Temp the coffee. Pure cream and lots of it. Hot water. Heat the cup. How good does that look, folks? Cream on coffee. Yeah, it's a bit of a fluffy going on top there. Looks nice. Gotta tell you, I'm not great at making coffee, but I reckon this one here is going to be pretty good. I'll turn to Smoko with Arb. So today's Smoko with Arb was brought to you by the letters P and the numbers 7 and 12. 7's a magic number. I'll tell you why. 7's a magic number because our lives go in series of 7. I don't know about 12. I know when I was 12 I couldn't wait to get to 13 because I thought being a teenager would be cool. Now when I look back, I don't know why I was in such a hurry to grow up. It was bloody cool being 12. But anyway, 7 is what our lives do in series. The first 7 years is the most critical years of our life because it's our development years. The next 7 is we go from childhood into puberty, although I know a few guys that didn't quite get there at 14 even. And I shouldn't bring that up. I can remember some. No, I won't go there. Yeah, there's always that kid at school that still talked like that when he was 14. But it was a funny stage for us men because we went through big changes, and it's a very, very important stage where you go from childhood to manhood. And I personally believe that these are the critical years for men and their relationships with their fathers or other positive male role models. You've got to have good men around you. Your dad was a good role model. He was a good man. My dad wasn't around then, so I had to sort of get my own. Then you got from 14 to 21, so you're looking at that's a whole different era again, isn't it?
You start to really develop yourself at that time, don't you?
Well, no, you do it and you don't, because the frontal lobe doesn't actually fully develop until you're about 25.
But you're setting your life up though.
You are.
For me, I did my apprenticeship from just turned 17, finished it at 21.
Yep.
4 years. And in that time, I realised that I needed to leave New Zealand.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I did a job down in Ashburton, and I drove down and looked at the Alps with snow on it every day. And then some wanderlust popped up. I had to go. So
I'm so glad you did, because you travelled, and I actually joined up in Sweden. I'll carry on with the numbers though. 21 to 28. These years, you're actually starting to realise you've got to be responsible.
There's a big time at 29 too, which is your Saturn return, as they call it, when all your, without getting too airy-fairy, all the planets align and everything. But I know a lot of people. I broke up a 7-year relationship at the age of 29.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people, they say that that's like a full circle in your life. So for a lot of people, some pivotal things have happened at the age of 29.
At 29.
Yeah.
And there's also people that never get to 29. If you belong to the 27 club, you're not going to get to 29. Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain. There's actually a whole lot more.
Mark McAleer.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't famous, but he drugged out at that age. Yeah, one of our mates. So it's really, we lost friends at that age, and wow, that's it. So then where do you go from there?
34.
34.
What's that? That's when all of a sudden, from experience from people who friends I had in there about that sort of age, they realised actually that 10 years has gone by, and the stuff that they thought they were doing yesterday was 10 years ago. And they're going, oh, we took a few people about that time mountain biking with us in Cairns when I lived in Cairns, and they'd struggle, and I'd say it doesn't matter, it's not about making it to the top of the hill. I'd walk with them and talk and stuff like that, and they'd say, but oh man, I can't understand, I was just doing this like a couple of years ago. And I'm like, when? In my mid-20s. When? 24, 25. 10 years has gone by, like just like the blinking of an eye, 10 years, and they hadn't realised that
That's
it was
what
10
happens.
years.
It goes so fast, and life's what happens to you when you're having fun, or when you're making your plans, as John Lennon said. That was the saying by John Lennon. Life, what happens to us when we're making our plans. That's true. So what are the next 7 years after that? What are we looking at then?
So what's that then? That's 41, 42, around there, isn't it? So yeah.
By then you've generally had children, you've got married and got divorced. Well, not have. If you are lucky and they manage to find the right person. And then after those years, you have your children, you start learning about, you become responsible for something outside of yourself, a child. And that's a very rewarding part of life, but it's also a very, what should I say, if you've got problems with your partner, and if you don't have the perfect relationship, it can be very hard and it can be challenging, but you also reap the rewards of the work you do. And I didn't have a great relationship with my kid's mum, but now I do. We're actually going out for dinner on Wednesday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's cool. We're good friends still, and I think it's built on respect.
Yeah.
And we went right for each other, but we raised children and they've turned out to be well. So that's a good thing. So you go through this part of your life. What's the next 7 years after that? We're getting close to us soon.
Yeah. Well, that's about 48, 49, and I think that's got to be starting to, as you get close to 50, things are starting to change. Like theoretically, if you've been doing stuff that's been the right thing and you've been enjoying your life, you should be sort of getting reasonably financially sound, like not living hand to mouth, and you might even have a house at that age, so then there's a stability there, and it changes your outlook because you're not quite as adventurous in anything as you were earlier in your life either, you know.
Yeah.
It's funny, like I like travelling. I like travelling to Europe. Been there many times. I've lost count how many times. Probably 30 times I've been there, easily. You know.
And you speak many languages?
Yeah, I speak Swedish and German. So the
You also speak Dutch, don't you?
no.
Oh, you don't speak Dutch?
No,
Your dad was Dutch.
never taught me Dutch. Immigrants didn't teach their kids their home language back then, mate, in the 50s.
Oh, right, okay.
It was all about English, you know.
Ah, okay, I thought you grew up speaking Dutch.
No,
right.
no, I didn't. I heard him
okay.
speaking with his sister who lived here too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I can't say that I got boring when I was in my late 40s, you know, but I particularly got more relaxed with travelling and stuff like that. But also, I like to have a warm bed when I was travelling, so I'd book an Airbnb and wouldn't just limit in the middle of summer in France trying to find somewhere to stay.
Like we used to live so hard.
Yeah, or in India, I remember one time just get off the plane and try and find somewhere else. Like, ooh, Bombay, it was pretty interesting actually. I was like, what's this pillow made out of? Oh, horse hair and bugs. Okay. Oh well.
I had rats eat my hat when I was staying in Bangkok, and then I came back to New Zealand and they ate shit my own home. So we're changing all that right now. So what's our next 7 years then?
Well, okay, so we're about 41, and then we've gone on to 56, aren't we? So that's
where we're now.
Yeah.
So we've both been through major health crisis.
Yeah,
You've had heart and I've had cancer. We survived that. We're still here, but a lot of our friends don't. So the 50s is a very dangerous age, particularly for men. A lot of men don't get through their 50s. A lot of men have major health problems and they don't survive.
I reckon if you do get past your early 60s, you're probably going to be good for a while. You know, like another 10 years on top after you get past.
There's no guarantee how long your warrant of fitness lasts for, but the most important thing is you
regular
try
maintenance.
regular maintenance, and also try to make sure you have quality of life. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah, and don't have any regrets, eh?
Well, you know, that's an easy one to say, but hard to practice, because some people have no regrets and some do. And often you hear people say, man, if I could go back and be 20 again. Well, if you feel like you wish you could go back, then you probably do have some regrets.
That's right. Yeah.
And there are some things I do regret. And one of them is smoking too many drugs when I was younger. It didn't affect you the way it affected some people. We were terrible fucking party animals. We actually weren't so much party animals, we just liked to indulge.
We were just heads.
We were heads, man. We were surfing and smoking a lot of drugs. But when I look back and I think about, you got yourself an apprentice. I floated around aimlessly for a long time as a musician and a bit lost. I was a bit lost. And those years were, I won't say wasted years, but I could have been more productive. I don't regret, because I wouldn't be where I am today, but
that's the whole thing I was going to say, is that, you know, everything's a step and it's a path. So you have to do some things to understand, you know. I had an affair on an older girlfriend. I had an affair lasting for a wee while, you know.
Yep.
And then what it taught me was I actually didn't care for her enough. So then I split up with her.
Yeah.
That's why I had an affair on her. That's
Yep.
why I was happy to get some sex elsewhere.
Yeah.
We had sex. It wasn't like there was shortage of it or anything. So, but it was, you know, I needed to do it. So I don't regret it.
No, because you've got a really awesome relationship now with someone who you wouldn't dream of that on any level, and that's something. Yeah. So but that's I think people do have regrets, and it's a great thing to say you don't. But the way you're looking at it, it's a very philosophical, and it's a good way, healthy way to look at it.
That's the way to look at it. You know, this is what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Is that you have to understand that you had to, and at the time you had the knowledge and experience that you had in life, so you had to do the things you had to do.
Absolutely.
And they got you where you are today. So as long as you're happy where you are now, then ultimately everything that brought you here was a good thing.
Absolutely. And I am content where I'm now. I don't use the word happiness, because happiness comes and goes. Some mornings I wake up fucking so happy I'll drive everybody mad, and other days I feel a bit flat, but I am content. And that's something which is important to be. So the thing is, as you go through life, of course, the inevitable happens. You lose things. Some people lose their hair. Some are bloody lucky and they don't. Some lose their hearing. Some lose their teeth. We lose things. We lose functions. But we also gain something as we go along. Here's the cool thing. You know, you get to my stage in life, and you know, I might be like only have another 10 years, or I might have another 40 years. I don't know. But one thing is sure: as you lose things, you actually gain something as you go along. And for me, my experience with nearly losing, you know, being very sick with cancer and losing a lot, I've actually gained an appreciation for the things I have, and I've also accepted my own death. I'm ready now at any time should it come, so I'm not living on a fear plane like I was before. I wouldn't really mentally think about it, but it was always there, you know. And now if suddenly I found out that I only had weeks to live, I'm already prepared. Yeah. I'm already good to go. That's something that you gain, and you gain a lot of other things too as you lose things. So whilst you might be panicking about loss in your life, and it could be the worst loss from anything from losing your child or losing your partner, which is the worst loss, whatever happens, you will actually have to live and keep moving forward in your life. And some people do it well and some don't. It's so hard to do, but it's what our lives are about. So we're going through the 7s, we're up to 56, so we're going into our next 7 years.
63, yeah.
63. By 63, where I would like to be is I would like to be working not so hard, not staying up late, like sitting on the laptop and editing, to 1 a.m. in the morning, and not getting up at 5 to check all the emails for I would like to have it so that my YouTube channel is very, very, very slowed down, but I still do a video maybe once a month, which is really of great interest and of the things I'm passionate about. I'd like to have time to spend with you, the people I love. I'd like to grow vegetables. I'd like to still get out for a hunt and do a bit of fishing, but I'd like to sort of wind down in a way that's healthy, and also to take the pressure off a little bit, because I've worked hard, and help support those around me that need the support, and in a way of offering just an ear to listen to, or something that I can do so it adds value to the lives of the people in my community still, on a level that doesn't drain me, so I'm still of use to myself. I want to have that balance. It's a fine line, because you can sometimes stretch yourself too thin. I don't want to stretch myself too thin. What about you, Arbs? Where do you see yourself?
Yeah, a similar sort of thing, just turning the volume down basically.
Yeah,
was what I'd like to do, and I have turned it down already. I only do 4 days a week, and it was a step in the right direction.
Yep.
It was quite important to just mellow it out a little bit, because 39 years I've been doing the same job, so I know a lot, I'm efficient with it, and then it means also that my 4 days are efficient 4 days.
Oh, totally, man.
And
unbelievable.
Yeah, and if I do 5 days, my 5th day is a bit of a limper. I'm kind of limping along a little bit by the 5th day. So
and we don't want limp.
No, we don't.
I've been trying to talk him into doing 3 days. I think he should be doing 3 days. You are such good value for the time you put. I've had a lot of builders do different jobs for me. I can build a little bit, so I know just a little bit of information enough to know how hard it is. And when I compare you with other people, which I do, it's judging, I know, but I do, you're right, Arb's right up there. I have now relocated my shavers to the duck pen, and for the last half hour, one chicken has been looking at the duck and not moving because it wants to lay its egg in there. These guys are not aggressive, they just look but don't act. The other guy's thinking, well, I might put an egg in here, which would make a lot more sense because that box is actually empty. But this one here has started laying in the middle box, and now it's patiently waiting for this duck to finish laying its egg. They don't have a lot of intelligence, chickens, but as my boss once said when I used to work on the poultry farm in Christchurch in Marston's Road, he said to me, when I said to him, I don't think chickens are very clever, he said, they may not be that clever, but listen mate, I'd like to see you try and lay an egg. And that's right, they do lay eggs, so that's a useful thing. And it's going to remain there for a long time, just waiting patiently for this duck to lay its egg. Chris is here today from Mapurb Plumbing. Chris is a total good bastard, one of my patrons and just a generally good bloke. In here, let's open the front door of the house, or the old front door. You guys won the battle. You managed to completely make life hell for the 2 shavers that I got. And they temporarily were housed underneath this piece here, shitting all over the bin, which I will soon clean off. And as you can see, we're getting down on this, but it's working great. I was able to go away for like 3 days with mate Simon, do a bit of fishing and such. 2 other chickens come back, and these guys were well fed. You miserable bastards, eh? You couldn't share a pen this size with... Those chickens in there are very old. They are the last of probably 30 or 40 I had. I ate the rest, and I'll eat those guys too, but only when they stop laying eggs. They're still producing eggs 8 years later. They're probably, I didn't even know chickens live that long, probably a good 8 or 9 years old, those chickens. I'm going to show you what's going on with this. This is the watercress, and it's prolific. It's growing really well. Oh, we have something that's fallen down here. We'll put that to the wind. That's not good. Oh, not good at all. And it's broken my little, oh no, silver beet's got a bit smashed. Oh, not the end of the world. rest are good. But yes, the watercress is going for it. But check out this, yams. And hidden amongst the yams I've planted courgettes, which I have harvested all. There's a lot, and they just keep on producing. Oh, we've got some more starting to grow down here, as you can see. Yummy courgettes. That's the Japanese radish. It's going to be really a big bugger, this one. It's going well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the celery and I'm going to put it in a blender and make a nice sort of juice out of it. Sparrows like to eat broccoli, as I found out. Here's where they couldn't get to it, and here's where they could get to it. And as you can see, they fucked it. There's one right now going, no, just come up with me broccoli. That's right, mate, I'm talking about you. Yeah, you little wanker. Grab that, mate, if you can. Come on, Pace. Good boy. Good dog. Good boy. Bruno always eats this grass just over here. There's something in it he really likes. Good dog. So Dan speaks a little bit of German, and he just told me a story. Probably won't be able to repeat this because it's a local woman who's still around. Ab, who speaks German and Swedish, and of course English. He also told us another story which was in the middle of it, and I just interrupted and said, hey, we're going to get this one on before you finish it, bro. Tell us what happened.
Okay, so this is a funny story. I'm out with Grant and another guy, Michael, I think his name was, and we were out near Davies Creek, up the tablelands from Cairns, and there was this track that went up to Kalpalan Rock or something. We were walking up there and we were doing runs on our mountain bikes, coming down and jumping all the water bars and going flat out as much as we could. We just did multiple runs. And at the bottom is where the road ends, and we get there, and then a Brits camper van pulls up, and these three chicks hop out, and we're sitting there on our mountain bikes. We go, g'day, and they go, hello. And then they start speaking to each other in Swedish, and they go, wow, there's 3 guys here, and there's 3 women here, and we're out in the bush. This could be a bit of fun. And then I answered them in Swedish. I said, you have to be careful when you speak in foreign languages. You just never know when someone might actually speak that language too. Bright red.
So that's Australia.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that one of those women, she worked in the hospital in the emergency department, which I frequented quite regularly thanks to my mountain bike.
Yeah.
And one time I'm in there and I said to her, she said, oh, her name was Michaela. I don't think she's watching your channel, but you never know.
You never know.
And Michaela goes, oh, mountain bike. Oh, we once met some mountain bikers in the bush, she said. And I said, and I answered her in Swedish. I said, yeah, that was me. And I said, and my 2 mates. And she goes, that was you. And it was quite funny. So this is 5 years later, and yeah, and actually we recognise each other on the next few visits as well. I go, hi, Michaela, and so we laughed about it, but it was just.
But did you ever have any fun in the bush?
No
fun.
But what are the chances, though? You know?
I know, you've got to be
You're
careful.
in the middle of nowhere, but you still have to be careful.
Yeah. So my story was I was going from Motueka to Richmond, and I picked up 2 German hitchhikers. I'd just come back from Germany. I was working over there, and there was a dark-haired one, and she was really I'll say a 10 out of 10, and her friend would be a definite 9.5, solid 9.5 out of 10. Both gorgeous, absolutely beautiful women, blonde and basically, yeah, blonde and dark. And the dark one, we got in the car, and they both sat in the back seat, and I felt like a taxi driver on, yeah, g'day, how you going? And they start talking in fluent German to each other. It was actually like Hochdeutsch, like high German. And I was listening to the conversation, they're talking about this and that, and so I'd make a little bit of light conversation, butt in English, and now the Karen speaking German, and then the dark-haired one goes to the blonde one, and goes, oh, he's quite cute, eh? And the blonde one goes, in German, I won't say it in German because you won't understand, she goes, no, he's kind of creepy. And I'm like, fucking creepy. And the dark one's going, oh, I don't think he's creepy, he's got that kind of like, I don't know, he could be Italian, or he could be, I don't know, those dark looks, I find that quite nice in a man. The blonde ones go, oh, no, you can't trust those Auslanders, you know.
Auslanders.
I'm not an Auslander, I'm a New Zealander, it makes no sense. And so the blonde one's almost racist, and the dark one's starting to defend me, and then dark one's going, oh no, I'd be quite keen to go out and have a drink with him and get to know him a bit better. He seems really nice. And the blonde was, no, he's something weird about his energy. I'm getting like, fuck, one's really abusing me, the other one's really. So then suddenly I just went, Entschuldigung Sie, aber ja, ich habe alles verstanden. Excuse me, I've understood everything you said in German. And the blonde one just went in the seat, she went like this, just down lower and lower and lower. And the dark one just goes up more and more and smiles at me, and she goes, yeah, und? She goes, yeah, and? I said, yeah, I said, yeah, your und means, yeah, what are we going to do? And I said, yeah, I'm up for a date. So we went to Hot Mama's, come back, went to Hot Mama's and had a date. As it turned out, when we got talking and everything, there was no real romance there. it was really, really fun to be with her, but we didn't have the real sparks flying. But no, potentially could have, but didn't. There's a story about if you're with someone who's another language, never assume that they can't speak that language too, eh?
Yeah.
We've all had it. He's had it. He's told us his story. Do you want to share it, bro, or is it... no, you can't? Because she's local. Yeah, local woman. Okay, fair enough. Is that from...
That's from Kevin Oliver. Goes fishing with Troy. That's a kingfish loin.
Wow.
Nice to be eaten with some soy sauce.
It's going to be
And a bit of
sashimi.
wasabi, yep.
Yeah, man. And he caught that with Troy Dano.
Yeah, I don't know if Troy was actually on that fish, but he's the guy who fishes with Troy a bit, you know. And so they were out the other night. So this is only a day old or whatever. Out near the boulder bank.
Oh, how nice is that?
And they caught
Wow. Hey, thanks a lot, Kevin. It's really, really hearty. I probably would share that with the girls, but no, I'll eat it all myself. Because let's face it, I eat one meal a day, and that's a meal there, isn't it?
That is a meal, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I did give them 2 goat legs yesterday, which they pretty much chomped through. I'm going to go and get another animal soon, but that's really nice, mate, and I love that. It's the most... Yeah, have you had this like sashimi'd up?
Not yet, because yeah.
What's going on with your Smoko, bro?
Well, so this was last night's homemade pizza.
Oh, yeah?
This is venison salami on here.
Nice.
Yep, beautiful, and made the bases in the machine. D did, and
Oh, okay, and the smoker. Oh, no, sorry, and the...
so I heat it up. Toast semi maker makes it the crispest way to do it. So
Yeah.
I'll heat that up for Smoko.
Cool.
It's just a catch of the land all around, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, mate, that's how we live here.
Yeah.
Bloody good. Oh, well, I'll let you get into your Smoko.
No worries. The people aren't asking, what's the philosophy today?
Yeah, what's the philosophy today? Do you have a philosophy today? Do you have any message?
Yeah, so Thursday is the 4th day of the week, and it's my last day of the working week. And I urge all people who think about it that they should do it, because it's the best thing you can do. Because everyone talks about sustainability, you may as well make your energy sustainable. So when I have 3 days off, 2 days are spent riding my mountain bike, which basically I'll wear myself out pretty much as I can, but it's fun. And then 1 day is spent relaxing, sometimes doing errands in town because it's a Friday and the businesses are open and all that. So that's today's message. If you want to work 4 days, just make it happen. Do what you've got to do.
Yeah, and if your boss says no, what do you do about that? Anything for that?
Well, look, you say to him, you're not trying hard enough. It's not like he has to pay you for 5 days.
Yeah.
You're going to take basically a 20% wage cut. You know, okay,
Yeah.
Some people can't, I admit that. That's an independent thing, but...
Well, if they can't, then they might also want to think about restructuring their life. Because if they can't, they might be spending money on things that they don't need to impress people they don't like. You might want to change it. I have always lived way below my means. I'm probably too far below my means. I could have had an oven the last 15 years. I could have had a dishwasher the last 15 years. I could have had a TV. But you know what? I really seriously didn't miss them.
No, well,
And I'm gonna actually...
don't miss anyway, ever.
I do. I'm actually going to have things I've never had before. This new kitchen's going to be in it. And I'm actually not... I hate to say this, but I'm not overexcited about it because I'm happy how I am.
Yeah.
The real thing I'm really excited for is my children and my friends coming so they have something. That's where the excitement lies. I don't care.
Be able to sit around here,
Yeah.
maybe cook stuff up.
Oh, it's going to be great for my daughter. It's going to be great for both my daughters. It's going to be great for all my friends. I've got a place that's a little bit more like... Because right now we all eat in the house truck. And that's actually fun. Actually, everything's fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any difference. Nice things don't make you happy. In fact, I think you'd agree probably some of the most happy times in your life have been when you've been quite uncomfortable. Going hard out the mountain bike, maybe in some really, really rugged weather or really bad situation, or you just go through really uncomfortable situation with not all the things you need, but you've got friends and people around you. For me, it was travelling, and for me,
I've had it travelling where I've just had to surrender.
Yep.
And then with the surrender comes relaxation. You're somewhere, like trying to find my first night somewhere to sleep in India and Bombay. It was pretty hard to find somewhere.
You talked about that the last one. His pillow, was it horse? It was made of horsehair and bugs.
Yeah, that's right. I remember thinking, I just shrugged my shoulders, and it was like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not going to kill me. So it's just like, and there was a real sense of ease after that. But getting back to the point though, with the 5 day and the 4 day.
Yeah, bro.
Some people, quite a few kids and stuff like that, and young, and with house prices, crazy house prices there are.
Hard, yeah.
It's not so easy. I get that, but. Just saying, it's something worth aiming for, because a lot of companies and all that are realising people are more productive. Some companies are paying their people 5 days to working 4 days because they can quantify their production
Really?
and they're more productive. The Body Shop have been doing it for years. It's a European-based thing, you know. I believe they're in Australia too. I don't know if they're here. I don't buy skincare products, but so they did that, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Try and make it happen.
I'm down with that. Oh, that was Smoko with Up today, folks.
Short and sweet.
Yep, and outside my awesome son, who I'm employing, is working on the job. My dog has gone to his cage in the garage there, and it's Bruno. And Jonas taking all the weatherboard out that Arb has taken to the house, denailing the stuff that Arb can reuse again, and this stuff here, which is all the old framing, we're going to make it into firewood because it's pretty much full of nails. Bruno, back in your box. How are you getting on with that, son? And Jonas using a tool that was gifted to us by a good bastard. He knows who he is. Jones Way tools are great. Hard to get those ones out with another head on, aren't they? Can you get it? Oh yeah, pretty tight. Pulling them back through. Bruno hears my voice and he starts crying. Good job there, son. It's okay, Bruno. It's okay, mate. Looks like you're taking a bit of skin off your nail already, son. Yeah. There you got it in there. Oh, you slipped. Oh, you slipped. That'll do, Bruno. We're keeping on the chain because he runs away. Dan Pigman is currently just about done the outside of the treehouse now, or tree hut.
That's right.
Flashing.
Flashing's on the top, yep.
Yep. It's looking really good. So we're excited about that. Smoko with Arbor, sort of Smoko with actually heaps of people. This is the team here, guys. You probably have seen them all before in here. I've done introductions to the last one. Someone's burning the...
It's off.
It's off, yeah. Yep. A little bit of water in that and then give it a clean and then a little bit of oil because it's cast iron. So also make sure you always stick a bit of oil. You probably knew that anyway in your pan. And you guys all getting ready to go to work now, are you?
Yeah. If you want this warm,
This one here.
then you can keep feeding
Keep
it.
the fire going. Yep.
Like this.
This is pretty much our communal kitchen for everything while we're here. Everyone's using it and it's actually working out okay, but it's pretty packed, yeah. You finding it right?
It's been pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. That's what I'm doing.
You have a good work, guys.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get rained off again.
Yeah, I hope you don't. They went kayaking this morning. They haven't wasted any of their time here. They're out on the Monowaka River kayaking this morning. It's good, having all that young energy here. Love having it around, man. It's like, it lifts you up.
Yeah.
Keeps you young. It's really good. Love having them here. There's a wasp hanging around. That's making me bloody nervous.
No, I don't want to send you up the ladder.
So Dan is putting up a window here. So we've got one window that opens. Just quickly tell us what you're doing, bro. Making a wee good all measure up in here.
Yeah, I'll have to make a wee trimming there for that flashing to fit it into that bit of framing, but the idea being this window came opening like that originally, so we're going to turn it so that it opens that way.
Cool.
And so we should be roughly, once we get another bit of framing there, framing there.
Too easy, mate. Brilliant.
Higher rather than lower.
Yep. Awesome. Just going well. It's awesome. Loving it. So Dan, you flashed outside on this side here, the top.
Yep.
I can't actually poke right out to show you guys because we don't have a window. Oh, we can actually. We can sneak around here. I'm just going to go around there. He's flashing on the top there, along there, and also the end. We don't know. Dan may even fix that today. I want to show you what Arb's up to and where he's at. He's just a machine, Arb.
That's right.
I'm going to tie this video up, bro. Before I do you want to just tell everybody what the hell's going on?
Well, I had enough whiskey. I'm done with it. Yeah, that's it. I'm over it. No more whiskey, goddammit. I must start working now. That's what I think I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
Look what I've done. I've ruined the wall. Real estate agents talk about indoor-outdoor flow. Well, we took it to the next level. We wanted to have indoor-outdoor flow, and that's what we've got. It's like bringing the outdoors in, yeah. But I'm actually going to put a bit more timber in there now. So it's we know where our window is. Bang.
Over here, and in that time, you put a lintel up just while I was away.
Double lintel there.
Smashed it out.
Put a few planing marks there for my plates to go in there and be hidden.
Yep.
And then we know where our pantry's going to. Bang, down there. There's an allowance for the fridge, so I'll put in 2 more studs there.
Yep.
Probably a double stud there, so when I put the wall up for the pantry, I've got something to nail to.
Oh, yep.
And then a couple more studs there.
Yep.
And they'll all be to an inside line, bang, which I've got here.
Righto.
So they'll all be straight, and then I'll just put the outside on after that point, and I might actually staple it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, wrapping. I might wrap it and staple it for the weekend, or I might put my tarpaulin up for the weekend. One or the other. That's the Canterbury Cathedral. There are the 4 Avs around it. That's after the earthquake.
Right.
That's my sleeping mat. It's torn. At that point, I hadn't lived there for 28 years. That's one of the stories. Maybe I might tell you another story.
Well, I love your stories, and I think everyone else wants to hear more stories. Do you have one more before we go?
Okay, so that's the heart operation.
Righto.
There's the power of the positive thought from the artery going forwards, and there's my new life direction following that vein.
Right.
Going forward as well. So this heart operation was a positive thing in 2 planes.
Well,
One, I didn't die, and one, I actually don't have any more chest pain when I ride my mountain bike up the hill.
that's cool, bro.
Yeah, who's that? Ricky Manuel.
and-
He is the carver, tattoo artist from Naitahu from Christchurch, who's the only man who does my ink work, is Ricky.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
This video started off with him going on about drinking whiskey, and we actually haven't done any whiskey drinking in it, but now we've talked about it, I think it's some time we should actually sit down and drink a little bit of whiskey together, bro.
Oh, I think we should.
Yeah. I'll love you and leave you.
Yep.
I'm going to carry on, bro. Hey, that was... Yep. Awesome, man. Loving your work. You're welcome. That was today's video with everybody here. What's going on? Just a sort of snap vlog, a snap of what we're doing. I'm going to go into my makeshift office in there, and which is an absolute pigsty, but it works, and edit it for you and smash it online. Hope you enjoyed it. Be good, can't be good, be careful. And we'll see you all very soon in the next one. This is going to be my bedroom. We're finished out there. It's exciting. See you later. Right. Time to pump out another Clay Tall Stories video.